Alright, so making the best pancakes ever is pretty easy. All you have to do is, this will make about 4 waffles and 3 pancakes, is you're going to use the measuring cup and you're going to pour whole wheat flour. You're going to pour a cup of it. And you're going to put it in a large mixer bowl. So I got a cup here of whole wheat Hungarian flour, this stuff here. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this in here. Real simple, alright. And so you do this the night before, you prep everything the night before. And the reason why is you're going to use yeast. And the yeast, this is the yeast I use, the active dry yeast. You just put quite a bit in here, but not too much. About that much, as you can see right there. Actually a little bit more. Doesn't hurt to put too much. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add a little bit of sugar so that the yeast can eat off of that. Just about that much, just a pinch, a little bit of a pinch. And now you're going to go ahead and use your measuring cup and you're going to heat up about 1.25 cups of almond milk. And I just get this warm because you don't want to kill the yeast. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the microwave for about a minute. So here's what our mixture bowl looks like right now. You've got just a little bit of yeast, enough that you can see it, tiny pinch of sugar, and you've got whole wheat flour filling up the bowl like that. So just that's how you start the mixture. Those are the only 4 ingredients you need. 4 being the milk that's going to go in here in a second. Right, so the milk's ready, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it in here. And then for the last bit of milk, you don't actually have to heat it up because the rest of it has already been heated. So you're going to add a little bit more, 1/4 cup more, to make the perfect mixture. So as you can see, I haven't mixed it yet. I'm going to. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this and leave the spoon in there. I'm just going to cover it and I'm going to stick it in my oven now. So final mixture should look like this, and this is what's going to sit overnight. The yeast is going to eat on this stuff and grow, and the yeast makes it so that the pancakes won't stick to the pan when you cook them tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to show you guys how to make great pancakes by adding in the rest of the ingredients and showing you how to cook them so that they don't stick using my waffle iron and some of the pans that I have. Alright, so in the morning you want to cook your pancakes. You take the batter out of the oven, and the oven was never turned on. It was just there to sit to let the yeast do its stuff. And as you can tell, the yeast has eaten some things because the mixture looks a little bit different in consistency. So that worked just great. So now it's time to do the next part, which is to finish them up, cook them up, and eat them up. So with this mixture, what I like to do is I like to put a lot of fruit in. Unfortunately today I don't have as much fruit as usual, so I'm going to go ahead and put 2 eggs in the mixture. You've always got to put some salt in there, so just a little bit, and then I like to put in some cinnamon. Then you can put in some chia seeds. Then you can put in some flaxseed. black seed. Now you need to put in some fruit. Unfortunately, I only have frozen blueberries today. Like I said, I like to cut up a bunch of fresh raspberries and blackberries as well. But unfortunately, I don't have any of that today because I didn't go to the store. So anyways, I'm just going to put in some blueberries, and actually the smaller they are, the better. But unfortunately, I don't have small ones either, and I'm not going to defrost these. So that'll just have to work. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in some coconut. Some shredded coconut. I'm going to put in some cranberries that I boiled and cooked. You don't want to put too much fruit either, or else it might get a little too sticky. So right about there is about right. I'll put a little bit more. Hopefully this turns out okay. It should. Let's spill one here. Alright, so now I'm just going to mix up everything. I'm going to start preheating the pan. For pancakes, so your batter should look like this when you're about ready to start cooking it up. After you put all your ingredients in. I've got a waffle iron too. I'm going to go ahead and prep that for use. And I bought some spray extra virgin olive oil, and you're going to spray a little bit in here and just the bottom. Okay, that's all you have to do. At least with mine. Then you're going to go ahead and plug it up. And it's going to get ready to start cooking. So I'm going to be cooking pancakes and waffles at the same time. When this pan gets warm, I'm going to put some oil in it too. For pancakes, I usually just put the burner on medium. And then my waffle iron, the heat is usually turned up to pretty high. You want to prep your syrup too, and you're going to heat this up in the microwave. I use maple syrup. Alright, I'm going to put some sunflower oil, is what I like to use to cook with. Just a little bit in the pan here. You only have to do this once. Make sure you get it all around the pan. And as soon as the light turn greens on my waffle iron, it means that I'm also ready to start with my pancakes. Although you can just start as soon as it's warm, but this is a little good indicator I found to also tell me that my pan is ready for pancakes. Actually, I see smoke coming up from the oil, so the pan is ready for pancakes. So I'm just going to take about a scoopful in here, about that much, and stick it in the pan. Then I also want to make sure that I spread it out a little bit. So that's thinner. Thinner it is, the better it cooks usually. You don't want it too thin either. So I'm going to go with that, and my waffle iron's ready. So Gotta go ahead and start some waffles too. Make sure it gets evenly spread out in squares. Make sure you use enough batter. And you want to cook these for a while until you see things kind of changing from liquid to a solid state. And then you can just switch it over with the spatula, which it's not ready yet, but in like a minute or two it should be ready to flip over. Alright, it should be about ready to flip. So just try to get your spatula underneath it a little bit to give it a little bit of lift. And you're just gonna flip it. Stop. See, it wasn't sticking to the pan too much. It always sticks a little bit. That's why you want to start off a little bit of a pry first. I may have cooked this one a little too long, but some people like it more well done than others, so it's fine. I'm thinking this pancake's ready, so I'm going to go ahead and eat it. Alright, I'm going to cook the next one, or get the next one started. Again, it's about a scoop again of the meat batter. Maybe a little bit more, depending on what you want, how thick you want it to be. I think that looks about right. So you don't have to re-oil the pan for the next ones you cook, you just repeat that process over and over again. Alright, this one looks ready to flip. So again, I'm just going to kind of lift it up a little bit. Try to get it started, ready for flipping. Alright, I'm just going to flip it. Okay, the light turned green on my waffle iron, which means that they're ready. As you can see, they stuck to the top, which is fine. You just put a spatula in here a little bit and scoop them down. And you got yourself some waffles to eat. Go ahead and make some more. Alright, this one's probably ready. You can always flip it over again and check. And it's not, so I flip it back over. Okay. Cook that a little bit longer. Alright, this one's got to be ready now. Alright, I'm going to cook the last pancake. So it makes the batter I showed you, the amount of batter that I used, makes about 4 waffles and 3 pancakes. So if you want to add another half a cup more, that should add like 2 or 3 more pancakes. Make sure that you add about an egg for every cup. So I like to use 2 cups for 1 cup of flour, but if you use like 2 cups of flour, I'd recommend 3 eggs. It's kind of a weird ratio. Now you get to watch me eat my last pancake that I made, and yeah, I'm living the good life here. Definitely living the good life. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up the crazy way that I do. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. But yeah, I love these pancakes. So I make them every Sunday. I like to put some butter, some real butter on it. I like to put some almond butter on it, a little bit, because you don't want to mask all the taste of everything else that's delicious. And then of course, maple syrup. And then it's best enjoyed with some Uncle Matt's organic turmeric probiotics orange juice. And so if you're thinking that this is sugar overload, you're right. You might die, you get diabetes, but no you won't. This stuff's pretty healthy, especially if you use maple syrup instead of that corn syrup garbage. Even if you put a lot of maple syrup on. I'm not dead yet. Make sure you turn the stove off, because you want to make sure that you don't burn down your house. I already turned it off, but just in case I needed to make it clear, don't set your house on fire.